This is Channel 2 News, coverage you can count on.
Once you've paid your debt to society, we believe it's valuable to have incentive to continue to conform to our rules.
If you're a law and order person, this is not a good bill.
Some felons could get their rights back to vote after they've completed their sentences if the legislature approves the measure. Continuing coverage of the 2017 legislature tops Channel 2 News at 5:30, and if approved, felons would also be allowed to serve on a jury. Good evening, I'm Landon Miller.
And I'm Kristen Remington. Thanks for keeping it here tonight. First of all, though, the most violent offenders would be disqualified. Paul Nelson spoke with lawmakers about this issue. He joins us now live in the newsroom. And Paul, this is a big shift from the current law, right?
Yeah, it is, Kristen. Right now, felons have to petition to get their civil rights back. This would make it automatic for many of them. Some say the move would be good for society as a whole, while others say to leave the law alone.
When people are convicted of felonies, they lose their right to vote and serve on juries. But some lawmakers say restoring those rights would allow them to fully get back into society and give them another incentive to stay out of trouble.
We think that barring the most serious offenses, that in order for you to reintegrate back into society, I think you need to have the full benefits of reintegrating back into society.
Felons can already petition to get their civil rights back, but Frierson says that requires knowledge of the legal system and money to file.
In 10 years, both as a public defender and as a prosecutor for the state and for Clark County, never seen anybody successfully petition the court to get their rights back. I'm not saying it never happens, but it's rare.
People found guilty of a Category A felony are considered to be the worst of the worst and would not get their civil rights back under these bills. The same goes for Category B felonies like robbery if a person was injured during the crime. Anyone convicted of more than one felony would also be disqualified.
Your sentence is you're supposed to get punished for certain things and give up certain specific rights. If you're a felon, you've committed some pretty serious stuff, and you can get it back over time. The only people that are excluded are certain people in certain categories.
Hansen says the loss of civil rights is part of the sentence and that the current law works. A new law would also allow felons to get their rights back regardless of whether they get an honorable or dishonorable discharge from parole.
I got real problems with that because most of the time when they have those provisions, it has to do with restitution and completing your sentence to the satisfaction of the parole and probation people.
Some Republicans say these bills are just political, saying Democrats are playing to their base. Frierson says that's not a relevant factor, regardless of party. Covering the 2017 legislature live in the newsroom, Paul Nelson, Channel 2 News.